Well, May was a wonderful month in the Okanagan, not only weather-wise, but real estate-wise. Now that May is over, the numbers are out, and we got left with some pretty surprising trends. So in this video, I'm looking at all those numbers, trying to make sense of it all, and try to figure out where we might be headed here in the coming months. My name's Eric Drew, and a realtor with Relocating Kelowna, and I help people just like you realize their Okanagan dream or their real estate goals in the Okanagan. So if you'd like to develop a game plan for yourself or try to figure out how those numbers may affect your personal situation, go ahead and book a personal consultation with me using the link in the description down below. Now let's get into the video. So the main theme, what got my attention right away and what made me the most happy to see in these stats is, for the first time in about a year, I would think, is sales are up. 2.5% on residential, 6.6% in the townhomes market. So that's something to celebrate. That's going to tame the mainstream media's doom and gloom headlines that we've been, pretty used to them by now. Also, another good theme is that prices keep on climbing up. They keep on recovering from the dump that we've had last year in 2022. The benchmark price of single family is down 6.5% or 6.7%, 8.5% for townhomes, 5.5% for condos. So that's another thing to celebrate. The main reason I'm attributing this to is the lack of new listings. The new inventory just isn't coming on as strong as it has in the past. Here, as a matter of fact, we could see that 4,652 listings have been taken so far this year. That's compared to just under 5,300 at the same time last year, and we see it all over the place. Less listings in total, less listings in residential, just about the same listings in condos, but less listings in townhomes. And that's now coupled with extra sales, more sales in 2023 than 2022. That's true for residential, that's true for the townhomes, not quite true for the condos, but I think it's lagging the way the condo market's always been lagging back during the COVID years. But slowly but surely, this lower inventory has us flipping now in the seller's market territory. Once again, like where we started the year in the double digits for months of inventory in all the sectors across the board, we're now down to 3.9 months of inventory in the residential market. That's 3.4 months for condos and 2.7 months only for the townhomes market, where a balanced market would be 5 to 7 months. 5, 6, 7 months, it's pretty much a balanced market. Anything above that is a buyer's market. But right now we're starting to dig our heels back into the seller's market territory. That's bad news if you're hoping that prices are going to drop, because we're going to have to climb up in the inventory before that can happen. Right now we've got the demand to take care and basically gobble up the supply that comes on the market. The trend has been down. Those months of inventory, they keep getting smaller, and that's where the market is at right now. Having said that, it's still a good time to buy, because last year at this point in time, you had to pay over 100% of the list price in order to get yourself into a property. Probably between 101.2 and 101.7% was what we had experienced in 2022. And so far this year, you need to be paying about between 97 and 98% of the list price to get yourself into a property. So perhaps buying sooner than later may help you get a better deal at this point in time. If you enjoy these videos, please let me know. Give me a comment down below, give me a like, subscribe to the channel so you always know when I post these great videos. Now back to the videos. Now let's look at how prices are behaving so far this year and where we are relative to where we were before and during the 2022 bubble. Let's look at these HPI graph. Look at the benchmark price to see where we've been. So first of all, these were the highs back in April of 2022. We came down a whole bunch, and now we could see ourselves, we're almost climbed back half of those drop. We probably have for the townhomes or the condo market, can't remember, one of them has climbed back half. If we look at the bubble here, if we go and just draw a horizontal line like that, we can see that only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months from January or February 2022 to June of 2022 are the buyers that have bought during that bubble. So these are all relatively same price as today, but this was the bubble. And if we go to the townhouse market, we can see that the bubble lasted even from February 2022, March, April, May, and so February to May of 2022, only 4 months for that bubble. And here for the condo market, and the bubble lasted only from February 2022, March, April, May, yet again. So February, March, April, and May. So that was only 4 months again for the condo bubble. So only these folks right now are underwater, but maybe not for long if we are looking at these price trends. So if we look at things so far this year, divided by looking at neighborhoods, some neighborhoods went up a little bit, some neighborhoods went down a little bit. It all kinds of evens out. What stands out to me here is it's the west side of Kelowna. That seems to be like, your Shannon Lake, Smith Creek, West Kelowna Estate, West Bank Center. Sure, you've got Wilden. Sure, here you've got Fintry, you've got Peachland with the highest increase here. The Lakeview Heights also, pretty substantial increase, the third. It's in the top 3 here, so the west is the best. Again, Fintry, Glen Rosa, Lakeview Heights, Peachland, Shannon Lake, Smith Creek, West Kelowna Estate, and West Bank Center. All of these neighborhoods have in common, they're all across the bridge on the west side. So yes, anyway, so far this year in Kelowna. And that's for single family. And now if we go look at the townhomes, it's your west side on the townhomes that is still slightly down from 6 months ago. But when you go into the 3 months ago, the west side is up compared to everything else. Yet again, and if we go from 1 month ago, well, it's pretty evident that the townhome is the strongest segment right now if you've got your pulse on the real estate market prices. And now let's have a quick look at the apartments. So from 1 month ago, the apartments only Kelowna South and Glenmore have recorded a rise. But when you look at back 3 months ago, everything is up around 4% and up. And from 6 months ago, we're up a couple of percent. Conclusion is the market is trending up pretty good. Everything is either stable, or if you're a townhomes, you've had a great month. All right, these are the trends, these are the numbers, and looking at it all, if we could speculate on anything, I would think that with these increasing sales right now versus last year decreasing sales at this point in time going forward into last year, I think it's easy to say that sales will keep on being up year over years in the months to come. And us being in the seller's market territory with this tighter inventory, I think it'll support prices. So price will keep on recovering. I think those recovery will stay modest. It's not gonna, run away like it did in the COVID bubble, but eventually, one's got to think that perhaps in the slower season, I think these interest rates will eventually affect the demand side of the market. I mean, it has to. The flip side of that, of course, is Canada's immigration policy. We've been welcoming over 1 million people just last year, which basically easily outpaces the supply of new housing, whether it's on the rental side or on the sales side. Immigration is coming in a lot faster than we're building. And I think that's probably the factor that's been mitigating these interest rate hikes so far. Because let's face it, interest rates today are 19 times higher what they were a little bit over a year ago. We went from a 0.25%, we're now at 0.75%. So that's 19 times. So eventually, you think that people will get scared and others will get burnt with borrowing at these rates. So if we're going to speculate a little bit more, I think the closer we get to those all-time highs, will probably wake up some sellers that thought they had missed the market back last year's, and they might revisit the possibility of selling, which would in turn increase the supply and probably keep us from making those new all-time highs. Fingers crossed, we could find ourselves kind of plateauing the same way we did back in those days. Back when we were there, we're fairly flat there for a couple of years, and we could do the same way up here on the graph. So some real big speculation there. Don't hang your future on this, but I think this is a distinct possibility that we've got, to kind of face the music. If you disagree with me, that's okay. Please tell me why in the comments down below. So that's it, folks. Hope these numbers do make sense to you. I gotta say, it is a bit scary to see price rising this way in this high interest rate environment. Really makes you wonder what prices will do once interest rates start to normalize and actually come down. If you wonder how this all affects you and you would like to discuss it with me, please use the link in the description below and let's get on a Zoom call. And also don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when my next video is out, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.